Welcome aboard. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Cody.
This is Breaking Sterile,
A show about flight attendants at a major American international airline where professionalism is the baseline.
and humanity is what actually gets us through the day. And this show is about the part of the job that lives just outside the announcements.
The part where you're exhausted, proud, frustrated, grateful.
Sometimes all on the same leg.
Sterile exists just for safety.
And this show exists for everything else.
Breaking sterile, breaking through, more than welcome. How are you? Every aisle, every row, we're carrying more than you know. Breaking sterile, there's a heart in the uniform. Oh yeah, professional on the surface, but humanity's the quiet storm.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, Matt.
You're back.
I was never gone.
Well, you're
But,
back here
I mean, oh, yeah.
in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Why are you in Palm Springs? Because of me.
That's very,
Egoist.
yeah.
Didn't Calvin Klein have a spray called Egoist?
That's before my time.
Oh, okay. I feel like somebody sprayed it and it was called Egoist.
I mean, it probably was.
Or narcissistic of me to think that you're here because of me.
Yeah. Presumptive.
Presumptive.
Presumptive of you, yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Thanks. It is very hot here.
It's very hot here.
I mean, it's hot everywhere. So it's hot. It's just hot everywhere.
Right.
So, yeah.
But okay. Well, I wanted to talk to you today about living in Denver.
Oh, yeah. It's lovely.
You like it a
Hot
lot.
as hell right now, but it's lovely.
We almost moved to Denver, but then we didn't.
Yeah. I kind of
Because-
wish you did because,
You do?
yeah,
Oh,
you knew that.
I know. I had to make a compromise because that's what you do when you marry somebody for
Who's not in aviation.
It's not in aviation. I asked him today when we were at lunch if he wanted to be on the podcast, and he said no.
That's okay.
It's okay. So yes, you do have to make a well. The reason we did it is because he has friends here, and it's a short commute to Denver, and it's not that big a deal. And
Right.
so, commuting to San Francisco is a little bit harder at my seniority, which is nothing.
It's something now.
Well, yeah, but compared to some of these other
People who, yeah, that is true.
Who've been around much longer
yeah.
than I have.
No, I mean, Denver's great. It's a little expensive, but it's not, I mean, it's not awful.
Well, it's a little expensive at the airport,
It's a lot expensive at the airport.
and they just got in trouble for it
Yeah, they did.
because there was somebody going around the airport. I guess Denver has a thing that it can't be 15% over whatever they sell at the airport can't be 15% over what is sold on. Well, in London we called it the high street, like whatever the market
The market value or market price, whatever.
or whatever they're selling in the market downtown.
Right.
The price can't be 15% over it.
Okay.
And so apparently McDonald's was a lot more.
150% more. 100, something
and
crazy.
you like your McDonald's.
I love my McDonald's. No, I can go and get a breakfast sandwich combo meal before my trip, and it's $8 by my gym because that's what I do. Go to the gym and then I go have my breakfast sandwich, and then I go to the airport. If I don't do that, I go to the airport and it is
$16.
It is $13.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like,
Well, I'm glad that someone's doing something about this.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, like my parents went. They flew through Newark, and they had 2 glasses of wine and an order of tater tots, and their bill was $90.
Wow.
90
In Newark.
In Newark.
And we get a discount at Newark Airport. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
I do. I love it.
Yeah, because you get the Singapore fried noodles.
Of course you do.
Yeah, because I'm Jewish. I like Chinese food. Is that what you're implying?
No, just because you
It's
always
very
have
racist
noodles.
of you.
You always have noodles.
But in Denver, what's your favorite eatery in the airport? Do you have one? They're good ones now.
I do love Que Bueno, which is like a Mexican
Oh,
restaurant.
you've taken me there.
Yeah, it's good. They have a good quesadilla there.
They do, but they have very limited seating area.
Oh, I just go up to the crew room.
Okay.
Or I love Heidi's. Heidi's is a local sandwich place, and it's down in like B, Kansas.
Is it still there?
Yeah. Still
Okay.
there.
Because they were redoing it down there before.
Yeah, no, it's still there, and it's so good.
So B Kansas, you mean like it's at the commuter gates down at the
Yeah.
where Sky Westies are?
Yeah, like you're almost at the Kansas line. That's how far away it is
Oh.
from everything because it's so far down there.
Yeah.
But Heidi's is really good. They're opening
I
up
forgot about Heidi's. I used to. Oh,
yeah, they're opening up a Taco Bell cantina on the A concourse.
that sounds very fancy for Taco Bell.
Well, it sounds like we're gonna have some bathroom issues on the plane for people with Taco Bell. And then they just opened on the A concourse. They just opened a pizza joint,
oh,
Shake Shack, Chick-fil-A, and Qdoba on the A concourse too.
oh, that's good because Qdoba was on the B concourse only.
Yeah.
I like the Qdoba.
Yeah, and it's funny because talking about the prices. So I just flew with this woman who's been flying since I was 1, but I didn't want to tell her that. And she said that she went to a Jamba Juice out in where everybody else is. So like
In B?
in the city.
Oh, okay.
And she got her Jamba Juice for like $8, which is pretty standard for Jamba Juice.
And how much is it at the airport?
It's like $14 at the airport.
Because I only like those kind of shakes. I only like peanut butter shakes.
Oh yeah, how much was yours the other day?
Like $13.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yes. Well, there are airports that are cheaper.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like Albuquerque has a reasonable
Albuquerque they have a really
the
good
burrito place.
Yeah, and you can buy a soup there, and it's so good.
Oh, I like the burrito there though.
It's funny.
All the pilots always stop there. They love Albuquerque and they love their burritos. I don't know what that says about pilots.
A burrito is I mean, I do love a good burrito. I wish there was
We're
a
still
Blake.
talking about burritos, right?
Yeah, I wish. Yes, I wish there was a Blake's in Albuquerque Airport.
Oh,
Have you ever had a Blake's?
no.
It's a Blake's. It's a burger joint. It's called Blake's Lotta Burger, and it is delicious. There's like green chilies on it.
Oh.
Oh my, like a giant. It's so good. And you would think that Blake's being a New Mexico staple, they would have one in the airport because I would eat there all the time.
All right.
But no, there's no. Anyways,
Well, you know what has good? Also, Austin. Austin has really good food.
they have a barbecue place there
Yes.
in the concourse. It's
Yes,
really
and
good.
I would go to that barbecue place in Austin normally,
Oh
and it's a really whatever one it is. But Austin has really good barbecue.
yeah, they do.
Why can't other places? Why does it only have to be Austin?
No, Kansas City has amazing
Oh,
barbecue.
Kansas City. Yeah, they do downtown.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not in the airport, do they? Oh, I haven't been to the
I
new
haven't been
airport.
to whenever I'm at the airport in Kansas City, it's always like early morning, so nothing's open yet.
Okay. I haven't. Wait, there's a couple of new airports. Speaking of airports, there's a couple of new airports. I mean, relatively new. Like New Orleans is basically a new airport.
Well, yeah, it is.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Uh,
New Orleans has the beignet place.
in the airport.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you know what I really do like, which is an insider thing that I'm about to share. In Chicago, at our airline, we have a cafeteria downstairs,
great.
and that's cheap, and it's always good.
Yeah.
And I love their shake. They have like a blueberry shake thing that I have.
They also have crushed. I'm an ice person. I love crushed ice, and they have crushed ice in there.
That you just chew. Okay, explain to me when people order a drink and they're like, "I'll just have ice," and don't you think that's like, what are they doing with the ice?
Well, because they could have a bottle of soda with them that they brought from the
Okay.
concourse.
I always think that's weird. Like they're chewing the ice.
Oh, I love chewing ice.
It's really bad for you.
It's so great though.
I just
It's so great, and it's like I will say, out of Chicago, we have whatever ice they give us there. It's amazing,
Yeah.
and I could eat a whole bag of ice by myself. It is so good.
Okay.
I don't know what it is,
okay.
but it's the density, and it's like it's not big ice, and it's not like cubed ice. I don't know what it is, but
But that's why I can. If my schedule says you have a 3-hour sit in Chicago, I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
because that's
same.
the only one I can
Yeah.
handle.
Oh, there's one in Newark too.
Yeah, but Newark is. I'm from the Northeast, but it's gross.
Oh, I was just there.
It's so many. It's not like Newark is gross. It's just that there's so many people in that tiny space.
Oh yeah, downstairs.
You know, our downstairs place is not very nice, and then upstairs,
Houston
it's
has
just
a great place too.
for flight attendants.
Yeah.
For crew?
Yeah, yeah.
We do?
Yes. It's great.
I
It's
try.
great.
I get PTSD when I go to Houston because of training.
Yeah, same. I walk by and I see all the.
Do you remember
all the new hires? I'm like, ah.
Yeah, well, yes. And do you remember when we left training and we were in the hallway and I started crying? When we said goodbye?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we were at training, and the last day of training is graduation, and I just wanted to leave. I didn't want to have. I was like, why do we need to do this graduation ceremony? This is stupid. Just give me my wings so I can go home. But of course, we had to do everything, and then we're on the bus back to the terminal, and I started to get emotional because I was leaving you, and I was like, I get, because we've spent all that time together,
6 weeks, 7 weeks together.
So I don't mind being in Houston, obviously, but I do feel like I feel like I did something wrong and I have to go to training.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say that you like the Chicago sits, whatever, or Chicago trips when they go to Chicago, but I can't stand them because inevitably you're going to have 3 hours on the ground, but because there's so much construction, so much traffic in there, you're going to sit there for an hour and a half.
You're talking about the traffic on the tarmac.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you're
Chicago. What is up with Chicago?
They're the busiest airport in the world now.
Uh-huh.
They've overtaken Atlanta.
But they only have like one taxiway that goes
it's a giant circle.
Yes. And so it's like wherever you land. Yeah, it's a circle of airplane life. Like wherever you land, wherever that point is that you enter the taxiway, it could be 5 minutes to the gate or an hour.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there and everybody's losing their minds and you're like, you'll make your connection, I promise. And I don't.
No, there's no, I'm not a magic 8 ball for that.
I never actually
and the worst
do
is,
that.
The worst is when you land and you go and you sit on the de-ice pad because you know that you're not going anywhere for at least an hour. Those are the worst days.
I don't tell, just to be clear, I don't tell customers that they're going to make their flights anymore because there's an app for that.
There is.
Yeah.
And when it gets crazy like that, I get on the PA and I tell our customers to download the app.
Right.
Because then they can do whatever they need to do.
Right. Yes, the app tells you what to do.
Yeah, and then we don't have
But they still ask us, and they're like, so can you call the gate and tell them that we're running late? Part of me always wants to be like, yes, I will do. Like, I feel like the easy answer is I will do my best and let them know, knowing that doing my best is there's nothing I can do.
Oh,
but I don't even say that anymore. I just go, there's an algorithm and...
I don't say that.
Oh, you don't?
No, I say...
There is an algorithm, though.
No, there's not. There's just a computer system that says,
well,
this flight's coming in, this flight's coming in, this flight's
that's
coming
an
in.
algorithm.
People don't know that.
It's like, they're looking at how many people are going to misconnect and
what flights they are.
What flights they are and what the status of the people who are going to misconnect.
They know that they're coming because they see all the connections.
Right.
And then I'll tell them, a lot of our planes have screens on them.
Yes.
And a lot of those screens, depending on the type of screen that it is, you can look at all the connections and see. And so I tell them, as long as there's, a lot of people, typically they'll hold for a lot of people.
Right.
So it just kind of depends.
Well, also it
there's
depends
so many
on
factors
how many.
in that
Yes.
too. There's just so many factors in.
This is why I say if you have a connection, you should be on the first flight in the morning.
Or give yourself at least 2 hours.
And give yourself at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that way you can get on an earlier one if you get in early and there happens to be a seat available.
Yeah.
But lately it's been really busy. I'm surprised how busy it is.
So many people.
I say this every week. I'm with you. I'm like, why are there so many people flying?
Well, today my flight back to Denver, there is, I think we have like 140 open seats.
Really?
Well, it'll probably change.
It will change, but also yesterday there was a problem in all of Southern California with the flying, apparently. So a lot of flights got delayed. So I bet you're going to have more people coming.
I hope not.
But I don't. Everybody says, "Oh, I like when it's a light load." But
I don't because it
get so bored, so long. Like I'd rather have a full flight and not be able to finish service than have a light flight and just be done.
I am finishing that service.
I always finish the service, but you know what I mean? Like sometimes you're on a full flight and you have you're from Grand Junction to Denver and they're like, you need to do a full cart service, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, okay, that's not going to happen, but we'll stop, we try.
A friend of mine that I just flew with, not a friend of mine, a acquaintance of mine that I just flew with.
You have no friends.
I don't have any friends. I am a friendless,
I'm your friend.
I'm a friendless spinster.
I'm your friend.
it said that he was doing a Grand Junction to Denver, and he's like, "Oh, it'll be easy, whatever." Well, they had 3 canceled flights, so they put one of our Baker's Airbus on that flight.
Really?
I was like, that cut off the ground?
321?
Yeah. I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, no,
That would be awful. But probably only 4 flight attendants. They probably didn't put 5 on.
Oh no.
No.
Well, but they can't do service on that flight anyways. Not on an aircraft that big.
Yeah, they can.
No, it's only 54 minutes.
I could do it.
Okay, calm down there.
So again, you just came back from Tokyo. It's not fair. I have to say, it's not fair. I want to go to Tokyo.
Well,
I know I
you
have to
should go to
work.
Tokyo.
I actually have to work. I am working. I'm working
okay,
a lot
okay.
more.
So I'm no longer gonna say you have to work. You have to work, Matt, because our last episode you said, "Well, I do work," but blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna say that anymore because I don't want to get yelled at again.
Oh. Well, I have a trip for the start of the month in ads right now, and so I'm hoping that drops, and that's I'm hoping that trip drops, and then I can just do my next trip, 3-day trip. So we'll see if my trip drops this time. It didn't last time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I just came back from Tokyo, and have you ever had someone come into the galley and just passenger wise and just start going through the carts and
Yes.
or the counter and just
Yes.
start taking stuff?
Just take stuff.
So I just had, well, many years ago at my first airline, I had a friend who had brought her own salad on the plane, and so it was in like a Tupperware dish, and a passenger back there and helped himself to it. I was eating it out of her dish, and she came back and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I missed the service." And she goes, "That's my food from home."
Right.
He's like, "Oh, this isn't for us." And she's like, "No, it's not for you. It's for me."
Right.
He's like, "Oh, sorry." And then she had to throw her food away.
I would have been like, "So are you going to give me $20?"
Right. Yeah, and it's happened to me before. Not me specifically, but I've seen passengers take things off the galley.
Yeah.
Well, this last trip I had just come back from break, and I come down there, and there's a guy in the galley, and he has a cup of wine on the galley counter that he's just like standing in the galley just drinking his wine, and I realized that he didn't pour his own wine. We didn't pour the wine for him. He poured it
For himself.
and then he rifled through all the snacks for one of our different cabins.
Right.
So then I had to go find other snacks to refill those. And I looked at him and I was like, "This isn't your stuff to just go through. There's a whole cart over there for you, just for you."
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know." And I looked at him and I said, "I don't care that you didn't know that.
Right.
But you shouldn't be going through things in
Honestly,
the galley."
Cody, how do these people wake up in the morning and complete a full day?
Oh,
Is it just a lack of oxygen on the plane? And that's what's happening? And
Maybe, but
poor. But the decision-making process for this is so, always astounds me. I had someone come out of the lab while I was setting up a cart, the ice cream cart, and this person, I won't give away the gender because I don't want to tell the story too specifically, but this person came up to the cart while I was putting food on the cart for the entire cabin and took food off of the cart, took the cheese and the other dessert, and I was squatted down and I was looking up at this person and I said, "Excuse me," and this person said, "Oh, I'm just hungry right now," and I said, "I understand, but I'm setting this up for the entire cabin, and you just came out of the lab, and I don't know if you've washed your hands."
Right. that happened to me too. I had a guy that was in the first class cabin.
But what is the thought process that says this is okay for me to do without asking or seeing anybody or doing it? Like, there's an entitlement factor.
That's exactly what it is.
And
Entitlement.
I don't get it.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating because
it's very frustrating.
Because I had the same thing. A guy didn't want to eat dinner, which that's your prerogative, whatever. Yeah. But then he came up to the dessert cart that I was setting up, and he started taking off food. And I said, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm hungry." I said, "Okay, well, this is for a different service. So when we get ready to do that service, I'll make sure that we have plenty of options for you. Yeah. But I don't want you rifling through this because it's not just for you."
No, they don't go to Burger King and step behind the counter and pick their own burger out of the heating display. That's the equivalent to me. It's just and we're in such a small space, and again, like I talked about this before, it's like I feel like there's like we have a contract, like the ticket is a contract, but I feel like there's an unspoken contract, or there should be, between the customers and the crew, which is the customers are going to behave appropriately throughout the flight, and if they don't and they misbehave, they may not be on the flight.
Well,
And
that's kind of how it. Well,
no,
but,
I know
but
it's what it's supposed to be, but I
Yeah.
feel like we are put into positions sometimes where we have to acquiesce and smile and sort of blow it off and reward the bad behavior.
Yeah.
And I've had senior flight attendants when I first started, not just at the airline we're at, but the very first at Compass. When I first started there, I often had, because I was so eager and wanted to please everybody, I often had more senior flight attendants say, Matt, if you acquiesce like that, or you say yes to everything, or you just smile and let it blow off, people will never not just not respect you, but not respect the crew, not respect the way society should function.
Right.
And there is an aspect of what we do, which is we I don't know how to say this right, but maybe it's what we do and the rules that are in place help maintain order on the aircraft and safety. And it's like, if you start deviating from those things, we get nervous right away. I feel like flight attendants, it puts like a ding dong in their head, like this person could be problematic down the road, or and I think that's what we're reacting to, is we fly so much that when we see the behavior, we know that other behavior could happen. So someone it may not be such a big deal for someone to take a plate off of the cart,
Right.
but what that indicates to me is that person feels that they're entitled to do something else that somebody else isn't entitled to do. And if there's an emergency, that person's going to be the problem, because that person's going to say, I want to bring my bag off the plane and go down the chute, or I want to, I'm jumping out before, I'm not forming an orderly line, or I'm panicking for, it just, our spidey senses go up.
Yep.
And I think that's what I've noticed, that I'm when I analyze it, and people say, why is it such a big deal, Matt? That's why it's such a big deal.
Yeah, I get that.
Am I overthinking it?
Probably.
I know.
But
I care about everybody.
But the
I
thing
care.
is that for us, our spidey senses are some of the things that will keep us safe in the long run.
Yes.
Because for people who have been doing this for a while,
right,
we see the I don't say threat, but the threat.
Well, we can see the road. We can see further down the road.
Right.
So we used to call that in acting like the obstacles.
Right.
Like, what is the next obstacle that you kind of have to overcome, or what's the next issue that this character is coming up against right after they've solved the thing that they're talking about now.
Right.
And it's the same thing. It's human behavior.
Yeah. No, it is, and it's unfortunate because that we've gotten to that point.
Yes.
Because it's not fair to us.
No.
Because we're on the plane just trying to do our job.
Right.
And I feel that when we get on the plane and we're telling people to, put their seat back up, or put their seatbelt on, or not use the restroom when we're still climbing and it's bumpy and they can't walk down the aisle, they look at us like we're
the a-holes.
We're the problem.
We're the problem.
Or that we're trying to be mean or rude or trying to have this power move. And I'm like, my job is to literally make sure that you get from point A to point B without hitting the ceiling.
Right.
Yeah. And so, or that if, for God forbids, something greater happens and you're part of the medical issue, that you arrive to point B alive.
Yes. And if you happen to like the egg shashuka, that's great.
So I have a question for you.
What?
So if you're working in the aisle or working up front,
Mm-hmm.
And a passenger comes on the plane that has been in the boarding area for at least 10 minutes.
Yes.
Because unless they're running from plane to plane,
right,
they're going to be in the boarding area for at least a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
When they get on the plane and they go, excuse me, I have some medication to take. Do you have some water?
Yes.
For me, when they ask me that, I look at them and I go, oh, okay, sure. But if you know that you have to take medication,
why don't you have your own bottle of water?
Right. And why don't you take it before you get on the plane?
It's the same people who need to pee on the plane before the plane leaves.
Right.
It's the same category of person.
I just don't understand, like, or like people that come on the plane and they go, "Do you have milk for my child?" First
Right.
off, airplane milk is disgusting.
It's so, well, because it's
It's shelf stable.
Shelf stable, which I don't. I'm not quite sure what that means. I think it means it's good for a nuclear winter. And another flight attendant I work with quite a lot by chance, she always tells people that the milk is actually just made for the coffee. It's shelf stable. It's not really for babies.
Oh,
You know,
it's so gross.
I mean,
Yeah, I can't.
No.
But I just like for me, when somebody asks for water, which I get, sometimes you have to run from gate to gate, and if you're at a high altitude airport, I get it.
Right.
You're tired, you're winded, whatever.
Right.
But if you get on the plane and the first thing you say is, "I need water for my medication," you've just been in the boarding area for at least a couple of minutes where there's a water fountain near or a place to buy your own water.
Well, to me, it always seems like they're going to be taking sleeping medication because one of the, and we'll talk about that in a second, but one of the reasons you would take the medication late
Just so you don't fall asleep.
is so you don't fall asleep in the boarding area
Well,
and
no,
you
I
fall
get
asleep
that.
on the plane.
But again, buy a bottle of water.
I mean, it's so easy. Or bring your own bottle.
Right.
And fill it up in the airport.
Right.
Airport.
Bring an Nalgene. Bring a what's it called?
A bottle?
No,
a water bottle?
the big metal ones.
The sippy ones?
Yeah, that
ones
everyone has with the stickers on it and everything. What are those called?
Oh, I don't know. You mean the ones that SNL makes fun of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Okay, no, but here, so we just had a situation on the plane where person who was in their 70s, the person who was traveling with them thought they stopped breathing, and they had taken Ambien, and they thought that and I'm sure that this person who taken the Ambien has taken Ambiens many times,
right.
but as you age, Ambien affects you differently, and thankfully this person was okay, but we had to go back to the gate.
Oh.
And deplane that person because they weren't they weren't even able to walk from their seat to the door.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I stood behind him and then the medic was in front and then we were only, it was quick, but it's very scary to have that happen right before takeoff.
It's scary at any
Anytime.
point. Yeah.
Well, any medical is way more stressful for us than I think people realize,
yeah.
because we're not, unless you are a medic, and you become a flight attendant, and it doesn't matter how many times it happens. Every time it happens for me, I go into a very I explain it like I'm a horse in Central Park, and I have the blinders on either side of my eyes, and I'm just focused on making sure that we're doing everything correctly and making sure the person is still alive and and just getting through this event. And then when the event is over, which this just happened to me, it's such a huge release for me. I usually cry in the bathroom, in the lab, not because I'm upset about what happened to the customer, just because it's just so much emotional. You have to put your emotions into a deep, dark place because you have to really deal with the facts that are happening in front of you and deal with whatever gross medical situation is happening. And then once it's over, because I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to doctor school to become a doctor and deal with all the poop and vomit.
It's a different story. But I mean, that's not an emotion. That's just an adrenaline thing.
Yes.
Because we have to go from zero to hero.
Yes.
In an instant.
Yes.
And I don't think people realize that we're technically first responders.
Yes.
Because our first job isn't to make sure that you have all the pretzels and soda that you need. Our first priority is the safety of ourselves and our customers. Right.
But but you're never trained. You're not really trained to handle.
We're trained enough to keep the passenger or passengers alive.
I know that. No, I'm talking about emotionally.
No, I know that. But I've unfortunately had enough medicals in my almost 20 years of flying now that I'm just kind of like, whatever.
Right.
The last big one that I had was this mother was attending to her grown daughter, and everything worked out. She got off the plane just fine, whatever. But the mom got off the plane towards the end of the boarding process, and she stopped and gave me a hug. And I can typically hold it together pretty good.
Was I on that flight?
No. and she got off and she gave me a hug and she like, thank you profusely, whatever. And as she got off, I looked at my flying partner. I said, stay for a second. And I turned out and I had to like take a second and breathe. Because I'm still like, we're still people.
Yeah, we're still humans.
We still humans.
Yeah.
We're still humans. And so us being able to understand our emotions and go, I need a second.
Yeah.
Is totally human.
I think that there's a thing about being a flight attendant where we have the opportunity to like actually make a difference in people's lives and have people be seen and let them know that they're being seen. And I think I can see that when I recognize somebody just by saying, hello, how's your day going? And I usually get everything's fine, and occasionally I'll get like, but like, I think it's important. We're humans. We need to be interacting. The world we live in is so crazy right now. It's nice to know that there's one person in the world that actually genuinely, for that moment that you step on the plane, is actually interested in your well-being.
Yeah, and I a lot of times when I'm on the plane and I'm talking to passengers, whatever, as they're getting on or getting off the plane, if they have a nice jacket on or if they have whatever, like I try to say, oh, that's a great jacket or whatever. Or, I tend, whenever there's kids on the plane, whenever they're getting off, I kind of fist bump them and I go, have a good day, and I fist bump them. And the parents, I've seen the parents, they love that.
Right.
Because a lot of times kids get overlooked.
Right.
Because they're shorter.
Short.
Right. So passengers,
they're so tiny.
So passengers or crew members tend to not see, I don't want to say see them, but they don't, like they're not going to talk to them as easily as as an adult, right? And so I try to get the kids involved because I think, as someone that used to be a kid, it feels good to be noticed.
Yes.
In a world full of adult stuff.
And it's I'm sure I'm a flight attendant because some flight attendant somewhere was nice to me one day. At Pan Am when I was a little kid. Or at Eastern or British Airways, part of the Junior Jet Club.
On the Constellation.
On the Constellation. F you. I'm not that old.
But I don't know. Like,
do you think any of the flight attendants that we work with actually did fly on a Constellation?
Those were gone a long time ago. Those were gone.
Well, we had DC like
DC-3s and DC-6s, yeah.
I wonder if any of them are still alive. They're flying.
I'm sure they're still alive, but I don't think they're still flying.
Could you imagine what that's like?
I can't imagine going from the prop age to the jet age.
No, and living through the whole thing and now being where we are now.
Yeah. Well, and then or going from the supersonic age back to the jet age.
We went backwards.
And then going soon to the supersonic age again.
Do you think that's really going to happen?
I don't know.
I think if you name your company Boom, not a good sign.
So when that first came out, I was like, hold on. If I'm trying to convince someone to buy my aircraft, and I'm going to name it Boom,
it's no.
I get it, like Sonic Boom. I get it, I get it. But also like Kaboom.
Yeah,
like that bothers
yeah,
me.
the first Boom I go to is Boom. Cabin failure. Boom. Not like Boom. Great, we're flying supersonically.
I probably won't be able to fly on those aircraft because those cabins tend to be smaller.
I bet you they're going to be very. I don't think they're going to be that.
Well, because on the Concorde, it was a tiny cabin. I have to bend. Whenever I take the tour of it in Seattle, I can't stand up straight in that by like several inches.
They will find a way to make you work it, Cody. Worry not.
I don't want to do a London turn.
Yeah. I have a feeling that we won't be. I don't think that will be part of the deal. Yeah. Because they'll put it into a different category, like supersonic, and that you have to, that would be gross, though.
Do a Hong Kong
turn.
Oh God, it's a 14-hour duty day.
I know. Okay, well, that was a good episode too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll see you soon.
Will you though?
Maybe. Bye.
Bye.
That's our descent.
Thanks for flying with us. Behind every uniform is a real human doing their best at 35,000 feet.
Be kind to your crew.
Hydrate.
We don't just fly the world, we live in it.
Sterile keeps us safe.
Breaking it keeps us human. This has been Breaking Sterile.